We live. Yeah. So this is easy when I click there and right time it comes out. I like this one.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining. Come on in, hit that share button. You all know how it goes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Monday Night Live. Come on in, come on in. Make sure you hit that share button, guys. Hey, Victoria. Hey, Vicky. Hello, Dr. Treasure. Come on in, everyone. Hey guys, won't you come on in and shout out where you're coming from, where you're watching us from, what city? We have Miami in the house. Hey, Shanika Aubrey. What city y'all repping tonight? Hello. All right, y'all. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, we have Miami, Florida in the house. We have Orlando. We have Fort Lauderdale. Hey, Fort Lauderdale. What's up? How you doing, my girl Shatoya? God bless you. All you all that's watching, shout out what city you're watching us from. Come on, y'all. Let's make an impact on this live tonight. Hey, Robin. Hey, Sandra. God bless you all. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We want to share something really special with you all. So if you can, just hit that share button really quickly. Hello, Marcia. God bless you. God bless you. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us on tonight. Woo-woo. And it is a pleasure. First off, I want to say, all right, first off, I want to say thank you all so much for the happy birthday shout outs. You know, I just turned 42. 42 years old, and it is a pleasure. I'm so thankful to be alive. And I really, really want to share this with you guys because over the weekend, I hosted, you know that I travel a lot, right? I go to everybody else's events, and I'm a 100% supporter. However, when I played this song earlier when we came on called I Have a Purpose and I'm on a mission. And not to get all religious and everything like that, but I was being led to go ahead and put on this event. And I have been led to do this a while ago, but I've been taking my time with it. And, you know, and the reason why, because the matters of life has hit me so hard. You know, in 2018, my dad passed. I was taking care of him. And then in 2019, July 29th, my mom just passed. And so it was a lot on me. And this is why I had to do this here, because I kept putting it back. And then I had an accident on January the 11th, you know, and that set me back. So yeah, I just don't know. I was just like, you know what, God, I can't do this. It's just too much, you know. But then I knew he was calling me to do it, and I had to do it. I had to put it together. And I launched my very first event, which was Discover Your Purpose, Activate Your Gift, and Make a Profit.
I just want to interject one thing really quickly. I need y'all to hear what she said. She had a vision that God gave her. God gave her a vision, something to do. And the enemy hit her with everything possible. He even hit below the belt, you know, to try to stop her from doing what God predestined. But she got a revelation that I got to do it anyway. She got a revelation that also, although life hits me hard sometimes below the belt, or I may lose someone that I don't want to lose, that should not stop you from walking in your purpose. That should not stop you. You may slow down for a minute. You may get knocked down for a minute. But one thing that she did was she got up, she got back focused, and she birthed out her first conference, which is called Discover Your Purpose, Activate Your Gift, and Make a Profit. So I'm very proud of you for doing that.
Y'all just don't know. It feels so good. Really, 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 really. And to be walking in obedience, because I knew, like, my process itself. And for you guys who really do know me, you know I do a lot, and my mind never stops. However, I knew it was the timing, because God responds by time. There's a time and a season that we have to do things. And if we don't get it done in that timing, you're going to miss your window of opportunity. I have missed several opportunities because I kept saying, well, I'm not ready yet. Okay, God, okay, I'm going to do it. And then I don't do it. And then somebody else come up with the same idea and do it. And then you sit there like,
God gave me that. Oh, man. How many people out there can relate right now? I need y'all to comment on this moment right now. God has given you something. And you've written down a plan or a strategy, but for some reason you talked yourself out of it, or for some reason fear creeped in. I need y'all to talk back with us tonight. Let us know that you are here, that you are relating, and most importantly, hit that share button, because there's something powerful that God is going to release in your hearing on tonight, and it's going to bless you. So let us know that you all are with us on tonight, and comment. And if you ever been that person where you had something that God told you to do, but you missed your window and you saw somebody else do it, put your hands up. Let us know. Say something so we know we're not out here by ourselves.
And you know, one thing about that, when you know, even when God has told you, or you have gotten the idea, but I think what happens is people are filled with ideas and dreams. But the problem is when you don't activate those dreams. We can dream all day. I'm a dreamer. We can dream all day, but if we're not putting forth the work to go with that dream, it's just a dream. It's just a dream. So then what do? And there are people out there now today who have ideas, they have vision, they have talent, they have skills, but then sometimes they don't believe that they have the resources. They don't have the team. And guess what? You may not have it, but you have to step out and just believe. The moment that you begin to go, then you begin to grow, and then now the resources begin to flow. And it comes to you. But if you just stay where you are, nothing's gonna happen, because let me tell you this. I'm gonna share this, what I shared in the conference, right? Do I have the picture to show it, or about the 3 part?
No.
Okay.
No.
This is how it went, right? There's 3 parts to our bodies, right? You got your spirit, you have your soul, and you have your flesh, right? You have those 3. My flesh, my soul, which is within, and my spirit, which is the breath of God that he placed in me, right? So being that you have those 3, with our spirit as I saw it, was our purpose, right? And then you have your soul, which is your choice, what you choose, your free will. And then you have your flesh, which is, what is it? What's the scripture about the flesh? But your flesh is sinful. Your sinful flesh, you know. Flesh can't enter into the kingdom of God, you know. Right. So the flesh is like the enemy. So then when you have purpose, which is the spirit, you have to fight for your purpose in the spirit. Then you have the soul, which is your choice, whichever you choose. But at times, we tend to freeze. Then you have the flesh, which is the sinful ways, but it causes you to doubt, which cause you to have fear, and then you're going to flight. F-L-I-G-H-T, you're going to run. So you got fight, freeze, or flight. Which one you're going to do, especially in regards to your purpose, because this is the time in the season that we should be walking in our God-given purpose, living life successfully and abundantly and confidently, walking in what we're called to do.
I agree. So I wanted to ask you a question, because there were so many people. I mean, listen, I'm her friend, I'm her sister, and for me, it was a moment, and I told her this before. I said, I felt like a mama watching her daughter. I was so proud of the silent investment. She did silent investment. She invested in herself. She took classes, she took seminars, she traveled to different conferences to get the knowledge that she needed to make herself better. And then she's not selfish that she decided to share with the world. For a small fee, of course. But my thing I wanted to ask you about, which is the main topic, because so many of you all missed this great opportunity. And when she put on the next one, listen, the information that she provided during this seminar was so much, and it was so overwhelming. And it was just so inspiring that I left saying, I need to get my friend to be my coach, because it was that powerful. But I want to talk about the beginning topic of her conference. It's called Discover Your Purpose. Before you can even move to activate your gifts and make a profit, you have to know what your purpose is. And I think a lot of people kind of know what it is. They don't know, or they're all over the place. And so how do somebody even discover what it is that they're called to do by God?
First things first, in order to discover your purpose, who you called to be, you have to first go to the person that created you. And that's one of the problems in today's time. You have to go to the person that created you, right? Let me give you an illustration. You know what you say when you say it and how you said it, right? For instance, okay, I have a pencil right here, right? This is the pencil. You created the pencil. What is the pencil created to do? I can tell you what it's created to do if I was the creator of the pencil. So this pencil is supposed to write. But if I was not the creator, then I can't tell you what the purpose of it is to be used for. But because I'm the creator, I can tell you. So if Prophetess Schkena come and say, well, no, you're supposed to play drums with this pencil. Like, no, that's not its purpose. That's not the design that I designed it. And so with our purpose, God is the one who gave it to us. He's the creator. So he put vision in us. So if we're never going to him about who we are, then how are you going to find out the true meaning of who you are? You just can't listen to what people say. And this is why I said before, our leaders can see what God has put in us, our spiritual leaders.
They should be able to see.
They should. And at times, some of them they just can't see.
Or don't want to see.
They don't want to see either. I've been there. However, they should be able to see what God put in you, and then to begin to cultivate that in you. Now, you have to be the one to know that you know that you know that God has revealed, and that you know that you're called to do that very thing. But if you don't know, then it defeats the purpose of somebody else telling you, because you're not going to have your confidence with it. And this is what you need, is confidence that goes along to help push your passion, to fuel the passion for your purpose. So you got to know your creator, the reason why he created you, and why you're doing what you're doing.
Thanks, Tanisha. Thank you so much for joining us. Listen, for those who are just joining in, we just want a small
Hi, Sissy.
a small recap on Discover your purpose, activate your gifts, and make it profit for those that missed it. And we want to encourage you all to make sure you sign up for the next one that will be happening very soon. So, in other words, in order to discover your purpose, you have to, in order to discover your purpose, in order to know what you was created to do, you got to go to the Creator.
Yes.
Okay. So for those who are battling right now with not knowing what they was created to do, or you have so much on the inside of you and you just don't know where to start, go back to your Father and talk to him, and he will definitely begin to download strategy. He'll begin, I'm a strategist all day. I love to plan. He'll begin to tell you what to do first. He'll begin to tell you when to do it, how to do it. God is a God of order, you know. And like for me, I know I'm gifted in multiple areas, but I had to really calm my spirit, because one thing about us, we get so excited when we hear God. And I had to learn how to calm my spirit. Okay, God, I heard you say something. I know you calling me to do this, but now let me calm my spirit. That's what the soul is. Your soul houses your will, your mind, and your emotions, okay? That's all about you. That means your soul is all about you. And so when your soul is excited, it's almost like you're having a whole Elizabeth experience when she was encountered with Mary. The baby was leaping.
Yeah, the baby leaped.
Your baby started leaping, and you just want to do something. But we have to also understand that's all great. But sometimes you have to calm your spirit and say, okay, God, yes, I want to do it, but I want to do it with the spirit of excellence. And I want to do it what you told me to do first, in the order that you told me to do it, so I don't make a mess, or I don't put too much on myself that I can't handle. Then I get overwhelmed and burnt out. So if you want to discover your purpose, you got to go back to the Father and keep talking to him until the plan is clear.
Right, and you don't stop talking. You don't stop talking, because what I learned is that he gives you piece by piece. Piece by piece. There's no need, because he wants to ensure that you're listening and you're getting exactly what he's telling you. Sometimes I have learned, and I have coached other individuals who have gotten the vision, took off running, and it's like, and they took off running. I'm like, wait, slow down, hold on. Now he gave you the vision, but now you gotta calm down, slow down, because there's a thing called deception that gets in the way. Okay, and you don't want to be pushed, because God ain't gonna force. He ain't gonna push you. It's just a smooth flow in whatever he's telling you what to do and how to do it.
Absolutely.
And you got to keep talking to him.
Keep talking to him. Absolutely.
And you write it down. You write it down. A friend of mine has a planner, and it's called Plans of the Righteous. Plans, not prayers, but plans of the righteous.
I love that.
Availeth much.
Is that this one right
Yep, that's that one right there.
Really great book.
Cynthia Robinson. Cynthia Robinson.
This book is so important. It says not prayers, because we're going to pray before we plan, but it says plans of the righteous availeth much. That's a powerful book.
Oh, it is. And
I love it.
It's a journal, and you just record and you write. You record and you write what you hear, what you're seeing, and you plan it out, because you have to write the vision, make it plain. And before, in that scripture, Habakkuk 2, it says, shucks. It started with a hearing part. You know, it started with a hearing. Let me pull that up, because
while you're pulling it up, Tanisha had a really great question. She's saying she's hearing an echo. So I'm hoping you're not hearing the echo anymore. Keith, please let us know if you're hearing the echo. Thank you, Katrina, for joining us. Please hit that share button as you come in. Tanisha had a great question. She said, we're talking about discovering your purpose, and then she says, when do you get a coach or a strategist? So when is it, first of all, let me just say, I'm totally pro coaches. I'm totally pro strategists and mentors. Yes. I believe everyone should need a strategist, a coach, or mentor in every area. Blessing, Apostle, Overseer, Carvel, blessing to you and your wife and your entire family from me and Prophetess Dawson. We love you so much, man of God. Thank you for joining us. But when do we get a coach? When do you tell someone who's trying to discover their purpose, or if they do know their purpose, when is it important to get a coach?
It's important to have a coach in your life. When I started out, I always had a coach. I got about 4 coaches. Financial coach, a marriage coach, purpose development coach, social media coach, you name it. I got a coach.
Yes.
Several. And the reason being is because when you know there's a certain place that you want to go,
yes,
you want to go there. That means you're not there. So you need a coach or mentor to help get you there.
Yes.
But even with that, depending on the amount of money that you may spend in investing, in your future. What would determine if you should get a coach, if you should not get a coach, how much you should pay for a coach? You need to be, my voice is echoing. You need to be.
Is that on your? Is it on your own?
You need to be certain.
That's just the anointing.
Hold on, turn that off. All right, so in getting a coach, before you hire a coach, you need to, if you don't want to just waste the coach's time, or you want to lose your money, give away money, then you need to at least have that basic foundation down, where that you have a slight idea as to the direction and the gifts, the talents that you have, and the direction that you're headed. If you don't have that, now a coach can still help bring that out with the right questions that they ask you. Now, but you got to know if they're going to ask you, you do your own assessment as to what you want, what you're looking for. So wherever you decide that you want to go to, then you hire a coach to get you to that point.
So you're saying that in order to be in a position where you want a coach, you need to kind of identify an area that you know you need help in. You know that you have weaknesses or you need some type of direction. You need to kind of know at least some type of need in your life.
Okay, for example, a lot of you guys remember when I did Steve Harvey, and I'm an alumni of the Steve Harvey Business School of Acceleration, and I went because God led me there. However, the level of trainers, the knowledge that they had, it was just tops. And being that I wanted to be at that level, then guess what? I had to seek out that type of coaching, that type of mentorship. So I signed up for the schooling and I did the schooling. So wherever it is that you want to go, those are the type of people you need to be talking to. If you want to be an international speaker, you need to get with some international folks. Not just staying where you are talking about I'm local. No, you want to get with some international folks.
Absolutely. I know what Dr. Treasure Busky, she said, girl, I'm about to speak to your purpose and mission, activate, motivate you into your nationwide conference, TV show, Facebook Live, go to the nation, Lord have mercy, ready for it, Telecia Dawson. Truth talks, LOL, just want you to know you are so good at what you're doing. And I definitely agree with that. She is definitely walking in her element. And again, she went and got coaches. She went to seminars and she applied that. She invested. I just got to pause for a moment and just deal with the young women who are lost and who want purpose in their life. I just got to deal with y'all for a minute. You want purpose so bad and you want to do what God has called you to do, but you invest more in bundles. You invest more in allowing somebody else to make you a wig for $200+ when you can get on social media, get on YouTube and learn how to sew your own wig, buy you a sewing machine, perfect your own wigs and get on this thing and make some money. I got a problem with it because you want more. I can feel it in you because when you talk to me, I know you lost, but I can hear your spirit calling out for help, but you don't want to take the time or do the work. Let me say, do the work that it takes. She did the work that it took silently. She was moving in silence. Y'all watch her social media. That is one powerful way to make an impact in the world. Move in silence, and then when you come out, boom, the world gonna be like, wow, where you been? What you been doing? I've been investing in myself. She invested in herself, and now the world is about to benefit from what she invested. She's about to make profit off of her silent investment. Can she afford to buy her wigs and everything? Yes. But she made a decision to put herself on a budget to say, I'm not going to do all that I can do. I'm going to do what I need to do. And that means spend my money in some of these classes. Hello, discover your purpose, activate your gift, make a profit. I'm going to spend my money on some certified life coaches that I can see have what I need. And I can see I want to be where they are. And she made some right decisions. And now she's about to deposit into you. If you don't sign up for this next workshop, woe unto you. You may want to just stay stuck with what you got. But let me tell you something. You want to grow and go to the next level, you need to make sure you follow this woman of God, follow this life certified coach, so that she can help you do what she's doing. Come on, Prophetess Treasure. She's going in now, Prophetess. Come on now.
And even still, the investing is what you invest in your time. Time is so important. Let me tell you something. Time is the biggest thing time is something that we don't have control over, right? And being that I can't with these comments. I can't with these comments. See, that's why I be swiping my screen to the right where I don't see those comments, right? But let me tell you, time is something that we cannot control. And that's the thing right now. Because when God gave me to this, he said time. Purpose is equal time. Purpose plus time equals life. How are we living?
Say that again.
Purpose plus time. Purpose, my purpose, right? I have a purpose. He gave it to me. But plus time, he said, now you have the same amount of time to get it done.
What?
And if you don't get it, whatever you do with your time that involves your purpose, that's going to show the life that you live.
My God, you just said a whole lot.
So what are we doing with our time? What are we doing with our time? But we're taking our money and investing it in things that does not benefit our purpose.
Right.
Because if we begin to invest in our purpose, then we can live that life abundantly and successfully. We can live it because we're actually doing what we're called to do. For instance, Steve Harvey, we know, funny man.
Yeah.
That's all he do. When he tried to do something away from laughter and comedy, it didn't work. And he told any and everybody else, only thing I do, it has to be funny. If it's not funny, I'm not doing it. Why? Because he knows his purpose. Everything he did was funny. And everything he did, he made money. Multi-millionaire. Just being funny. He been funny all his life. Tried to do insurance. Right? Wasn't insurance? I think it was insurance. He tried to do insurance, it ain't work. But he's doing his purpose, and that's what we should be doing.
Yes, and we want you all to discover what it is that God has called you to do. I say this a lot in my boot camps, and even now with my seminars that I'm getting ready to do. I say, when I really discovered that I was the activator, when I got a real revelation of what that meant, when I got a revelation of my name in the natural is Schkena, but my father called me Shagana, which is the glory. When I got everything made sense. When I walk in a room, it makes sense now why people can't help but to stare at me. What they staring at? Glory. Come on now. It just makes sense. When you come in contact with the glory, you just want to look at it. You just want more and more. Moses said, God, show me your glory. He done seen God's glory so many times when he was in Egypt performing all these miracles. When he was at when he divided the sea, when the snake turned into a snake, and not at the burning bush. And now here he go, God, I want some more. You know. And so when I got a revelation of my name, that lets me know my identity. You know, naming your children in the Bible days was so significant because it really defined who.
Come on, you going back?
Okay. What Telecia mean? I want to know what Telecia mean. I won't be surprised if Dr. Treasure gonna make us get a revelation of my name. But you know, the names were significant, and I think it helped me. It really did when I understood, and what made me go deeper. I will give the credit to Dr. Treasure Lee Busky because she always said, "My name is Treasure. I don't seek a treasure. I am the treasure."
Yeah.
And so when I heard her say it, I'm like, well, I need to figure out what my name is. And it's like once you discover that, that helps mold your purpose, you know. And then people used to start saying, everywhere I go, when I started walking out in my purpose, still not knowing who I was, but just doing me, like Steve Harvey was just doing him. I was just doing me. People would say stuff like, man, you on fire, or you a revivalist, or man, when I met you and you laid hands on me, something in my life changed. So I got a coach.
But even though they were saying that,
I did not know. I was hearing people say, girl, every time I come in contact with you, you lay hands on me, my life changed. I be different. I'm provoked to want to live right. My prayer life is so different. Hello, Sean Mitchell. God bless you, Pastor Sean Mitchell. People were saying these things I didn't know. You know, when I discovered it, I hired me a coach. And in my coaching process, as she was coaching me, she said, I need to define who you are. She said, what do people say about you?
Right.
And I started telling her what people said. And she said, oh, then you're an activator. And I said, I am? She was like, yeah, my coach at the time gave me that name of an activator, but it fit my fruit.
Yeah.
Okay. My name fit my fruit. Like, I need y'all to really hear that. My name fit my fruit. In other words, my name fit my character. My name fit what I demonstrated. Come on. My name fit my mannerisms. My name fit the way I carry myself, the way I dress. I dress like glory. Come on. When I walk in the room, I look like somebody different. And everybody thinks, oh, she thinks she all that. Well, if you thought it, then maybe I am. Come on. That's just how I flow.
When you begin to identify and your fruits produce the results.
Wow.
That's where it came from, the seed. The same very seed that God had planted in you. Let me tell you this. It just don't have to be one seed. Matter of fact, it's that seed, but the seed brought fruit. There's many fruits that come off that seed. But there's so many. It's more than one seed. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Because he said the man with the one talent, the king gave him one talent, then the other one.
Can you guys hear us? If you can hear us, everyone, please comment, because we're getting some people that is stating they cannot. We turned our volume up some more. Can you hear us? Hello, Latoya.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us now? Can you guys hear us? Pastor Sean, can you hear us? We want to make sure that you all don't miss any of this good meat that's coming out to you all today. If you can comment, if you all can hear us. I'm in and out. Okay, in and out. Okay, that's because y'all ain't got no Apple phone. No, I'm just I got them Android demons.
We go to the galaxy,
girl. I know, right? T, I'm in and out. T is in and out. Why are you in and out? That's so weird. That's the devil trying to fight your voice because you got something to say. But we rebuke the airways of the enemy right now in the name of Jesus. And we command every demonic force, hidden and unseen and seen, that's fighting against this broadcast. We bind the hand of the enemy now. In the name of Jesus. In Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. It's probably keep hitting the dead. It's probably what it is. Okay. They're breaking up. Team Apple. Go ahead. All right. We're going to pray that the Lord is be with us as we finish out.
You guys still be praying while we're talking. Absolutely. So when we go back about the seed, when it produced, the guy with the talent, he gave one, he gave another one 3, and he gave another one 5. So we have seeds in us, right? But it's what we do with them. All right. I have had a client one time before, and let me give you this one. I gave a word before into an individual in reference to what God was telling me. And she had the gifts, she had the seed. But the Lord said, if she told me to let the individual know, if she don't move, that gift that he has given is going to be taken. And meaning that she's not doing anything with what he gave her. So just like the man with the one talent, he took it and he buried it and he didn't do nothing with it. And how many of us are taking what those ideas, what God has given us, what we believe that is deep in our hearts, that we know that we're called. And I think the only thing that's holding you back is the resources. Come on now. Or where do I start? Where do I go? Let's start somewhere. Connect with somebody. Oh, I don't even know who it's supposed to. So just connect with somebody that is doing what you're supposed to do. That's right. For instance, we collaborated. Even though my own friend said, I want to go back to talk about us. Okay. Even though my friend said, we've been friends for over since 2 decades. Yeah, long time, 19 something. And when God told me, okay, bring her in. And I'm like, okay, cool. She's like, what you doing? You don't got to bring me in. Like, you got this. Yeah. And I'm like, I know that. But for some reason, I feel that God is bringing us two together. He just wants that. Well, I don't know. I can't tell you. But I felt that God was just saying collaboration. Because anybody can do an event by themselves, but the collaboration to show the connection. There's no competition. She got her own thing on. good. You know, I have no problems with that. I support 100. But he say, bring it together, collaborate, because you're double the power. You're double the anointing, you know. So just connect two, then what? One put 1,000, two, one put 1,000, two do 10,000. So the mantle and the weight of it is what is heavy, because God knows that we are in the time that the enemy has been deceiving people. 2020 is the year everybody said provision, but it's the year of deception. You gotta keep your eyes open, watching and seeing. This is why I said that when you get a coach, you have to know who's coaching you. There's a whole lot of spiritual stuff going on, and people, when you don't know who you are, you'll fall for anything. This is why my process went different from a whole lot of other people. Because I had people asking me, well, when you gonna come out? When you were doing your stuff? People were inboxing me. Well, I'm waiting on you. When you go do something? And I'm like, I'm doing stuff, but mine is offline. I'm not always online. I'm doing something. But it appears as if not sure you're doing that.
Because nobody saw it publicly. They didn't know God was developing you privately. For your public. Come on now. Jesus was developed privately for 30 years. And so that when he got to publicly to do his ministry, he only had a certain amount of time. He had 3 years to do it. He had to do it with spirit of excellence. So he had to go through all that he went through in private so that when he got in public, he wouldn't fail. My God, come on. I want y'all to listen. And this is what I love about your process. I need y'all to listen to me. What happened if they tell you no, but God told you to go? Oh, Lord. Okay, but let's remember that question. I want to deal with that. But this is what I love about her process. She didn't do it the way everybody else do it. Everybody is so quick to want to get on social media and launch a ministry. Everybody is so quick to say, oh, God gave me something, so let me just do it. I think that's great. But again, some people don't know you need a little bit of time with your Father, because there's things that you don't know you're about to encounter in your public ministry. And that's the purpose of private development, so that when you do get in a platform where the world sees you, you won't make a mistake, you won't fall. And I love that you didn't jump out there, although she could have.
Almost.
She could have jumped out there before time and launched her ministry and Telecia Dawson Ministries and started preaching all over and doing conferences and seminars. But she waited for her time. She waited. She wasn't thirsty. We have a lot of thirsty women of God. And they're thirsty not for the things of God. They're thirsty for attention. Yeah, I said it. We have a whole lot of women of God that you're thirsty for attention. You're thirsty for a platform. You're thirsty for your names to be in light. And God is saying to sit your thirsty self down and have a drink of his word. Oh my God, I sound like my mama Treasure right now, right? I sound like you need to sit down and have a drink of his word. Because right now, let me tell you something, your ministry won't last. Because you don't know what you're about to deal with out there. This thing is hard. And the moment you come out, man, you got all kind of warfare coming up against you. I mean, even every time I go preach to this day, people still calling me a prostitute. They're still calling me a whore. They're still saying I was seductress spirit. It don't bother me now, because I was all of that, and I knew I was all of that when I was in the world. When I came out of the world, God had to allow church folks to still label me as that, to get me some tough skin. He had to build my skin. Now, when they come at me, I look for it. Come on, I welcome the slander. I welcome the accusation, because if you're gonna throw accusations, that means I'm in the will of God. Come on, the devil ain't gonna attack nothing. He's not gonna attack nothing that ain't a threat to his kingdom. So now when I see it, I get happy, because guess what? The fact that the devil showed up, and the Bible tells me that we are more than conquerors and we are victorious because the devil showed up. That's a sign that I got victory. My God, it's an automatic win when he show up, because I can't win. Because as long as I'm a child of God, all I do is win, no matter what. You feel me?
Yes.
My God.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Shanika said, where is your bodyguard? Okay, now answer Tanisha's question. She said, now the only thing, only their ministry, but their attention won't last. So Tanisha asked a question saying, oh Lord. Okay, she said, what happens if they tell you no, but God tells you yes? And I'm thinking she's meaning when it's time for you to go out in ministry and you tell your leaders, God is saying it's time for me to go, but they say no, but God is saying it's time for you to go. But your leaders are saying no. And I think you could talk about that because you've had that experience. That's when they want to make you a deacon.
You know, it depends on what they're saying no to and what God told you to go and do, right? Because I feel like this: when I had certain ministries in me, I did not. I knew it was not for the church. I couldn't have done it in the church. However, a lot of things don't have to be done in the church. All right, so a lot of things don't have to be done in the church. The church is a place for you to receive, get your nutrients from, get your information from. You know, it's a gathering, a place where the saints of God are moved towards Schkena. All right. All right, it's a gathering where the saints of God and the people of God get together to hear the word, assembly, right, with the Lord. Now, once you get your information that you need, then you go out. But many times we think in the church that our pastor are to see our gifts, cultivate it, and then we go forward. But I'm going to help the pastors here for a minute because.
All right, hold on, pastors, down the end, please.
I'm going to help the pastors here because, you know, it all begins with us. When we talk about the leaders got a whole lot of stuff going on. They got their family. They still trying to cover you. They got the shut-in ministry going on. They got Bible study. They got to develop the word. Then it's a whole lot the leaders are trying to do for the house and the administrative part of it too. You know, paying the bills, making sure that's taken care of. Even the vision that God gave them for the ministry, right? The pastor helps sees the vision in you, or if you see something, you come to your leader. Sometimes people don't even go to their leaders and talk to their leaders about where do I have a give out? I'm trying to seek, I'm trying to find. This is why some leaders have other prophets, evangelists to come out and speak as well, because sometimes other people can receive, but then that's why they pay attention as to who they're inviting into their ministry. So I say that to say, if your leader don't see what is in you, does your vision line up with the vision of the house, of the church? Right? Because the bishop have a vision that God gave them, or the pastor. But does your vision line up with that? If it doesn't, then do your ministry, but you keep coming to church and getting the word from God. And you take that and you continue to work. We're workers. We're supposed to be working. We're supposed to be working. So I have gifts, I have talents, I have skills. Sometimes my current leader, I haven't went to my current leader and say, hey, this is what I'm called to do. I just know to do it because his word, like what God gave me, lines up with his word. So I'm out doing ministry. And then I invite people to come back to the church. Hey, come on over. This is what we have. I don't have to just say, Bishop Thomas, did God show you what I got in me? No. Have you taken out the time to read your word? First, do you know God? Have you accepted him?
But you're not also out there self-proclaiming that I'm a prophet.
No.
And whether my leaders see it or not, I'm going to flow. You're not doing that, though. So that's a difference. So I want to make sure they understand what you're saying. She's not saying to just go ahead and rebel because your leader can't see who you are.
But that's ministry. So if you're talking about a gift, as in like purpose and doing a work, that's one thing. But okay, that's a spiritual gift. Yeah. So when you talk about the natural gift is one thing, but when you talk about the spiritual gift, that's another. Because deception can try to push you out. Right. And I've been there.
Right. So I want to make sure they understood what you were saying because, you know, as it can come off as if you're saying, even if your leader don't see who you are, you still go out and do ministry.
Not with the spiritual gift.
Right. Not with the office. Definitely, if God has called you to an office. The fivefold offices, a prophet, the
evangelist,
apostle, a prophet, evangelist, pastor, teacher. If God has called you to that, okay, I'm a great example. I knew that God called me as a prophet from 2011. I didn't know what a prophet was, and I was under great leadership, very great leadership. Apostle Samantha Williams, Soul Harvest Creative Praise Ministry, and that lady, although I knew who I was. She wasn't moving. She was not ordaining me until God spoke to her. And I knew God spoke to her, and she still wouldn't do it anyway. So now I'm mad. I'm mad because I know I'm called.
You're 38.
I know I'm supposed to be in the nation. And this lady, now she wasn't my apostle no more. She was a lady. You know, I was all disrespectful. I didn't say it to her face, but behind her back, I was going in. Right? Just all disrespectful, all out of order. And I was talking to you and venting about it. But the beautiful thing about my process is I didn't leave the church. I didn't leave the ministry. I stayed serving. I was an armor bearer 9 years, and I stayed serving her. Most days in good spirit, because I knew that she was someone that God gave a special grace for somebody like me. And I had days when I thought about it that I would, be not happy, but I stayed in position until God made her do it. And God would do your leader like that. When it's your time, God would put a unction on your leader. The ones that, and here's the thing, you got to know that you're in the right soil. I knew I was in the right soil. I knew I was planted where God wanted me to be. So I knew if she wasn't doing it right now, there had to be a purpose behind it. So I want to encourage you all that if you are under leadership and you know it's time for you to grow and go out to the nations or another level in ministry, you definitely want to seek counsel from your leadership. And if they tell you they're still praying and they're still waiting, that's fine. Stay in your position, but you still, like what Telecia was saying, you still can do stuff. You still can work your gifts. If you're talented with writing, singing, you can still go sing. You can still go and if you're talented with dancing and your ministry has released you to go dance, I mean, you still can go and do you. You know,
do it on the time when that your church is not, and you got to be in order, because that's how God works, in order. So you do it on the days. If your church has service on Sunday and Wednesday, okay, go on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
Make sure you're at your house serving, because that's where God put you.
Yes.
You serve. That's obedience. That's humbleness. Everything else, you do it on your time. But sometimes we just got to get out there and run and do it. But no, just be patient and wait, because God ain't rushing. If you are in tune with the spirit realm and with God, He's not going to lead you wrong. He's going to tell you. He's going to deal with it.
Like Telecia said, she said, or the Lord would tell your leader. He told her leader. Sometimes you don't even know that you're ready. And so God will deal with your leader and say, come on up. I want to use you now, or God want to ordain you now. You know?
How about this? When God show you that He has told your leader about you, right? And your leader still don't do nothing. And you know what you do? You sit there and wait until God tell you to go.
Keep serving. Keep serving.
You stay right there, because guess what? I'm a witness. Jesus.
Right.
Let me tell you, I've been there. I have saw, God have showed, and I'm that person, because He has showed me that He told my leader. And my leader did not move. And I say, well, God, like, I want to work. I want to. He didn't move. So guess what?
She didn't move.
Yeah, she didn't move. They didn't move. So then guess what? I stayed right there until God said, it's time to go now. That's between him, the leader, and God.
And what did you do when they finally did decide to want to put a title on you? Because I remember it was like yesterday. They finally decided that, okay, we got to give her something, because the Lord is dealing with us, and I can see her every Sunday. So they decided they wanted to give her something, but it still wasn't what you know they were supposed to give you.
They did not give me or put me in a place where I know God was calling me. So what I did is, okay, if that's what you believe that God called me, fine. I'm not going to reject it. But I still know in my heart, and I knew what God called me as His prophetess. I know that. I don't have to go and broadcast it to the world, because I know as what He called me. And so I continue to work and do that. I don't have to get the vindication of man, validation of man. I didn't have to. Because as long as you know, and that's what I'm teaching my children, know who you are. Know who you are. Don't even worry about what people say about you. Because the moment that I can teach them who they are, that's powerful than anything else. they can't be led astray.
Hello, Apostle Angela Johnson. Thank you so much for joining us. You all, as you're watching, we're talking about purpose. Make sure y'all hit that share button. But I want to bring this point out, and I think this is so important for you all that's listening. Even if you're walking in an office, or you know who you are, you know what your purpose is, know what you're called to do, but your leader have not yet acknowledged that for you, and they put something else on you, there's still purpose in something else.
That's right.
Because I'm thinking about, she didn't ordain me as a prophet right away. She ordained me as an evangelist. And I'm like, God. But then I said, okay, well, maybe God want me to work this area too. You was ordained as a deaconess. But when you read about deacons in the Bible, they're the most honorable, most honest, the most talked about people, the most trustworthy people.
Missionaries.
So it's missionary. So it's like God was giving you something extra that was going to also be a benefit for you when you do walk in your office of a prophet. You're going to have the fact that you also walk as a missionary or deaconess, someone that's honorable. I realized when I finally made it to my office as a prophet, I still now had the benefit of knowing what it is to live as an evangelist. I knew what that was to go out and gather people. And that was my job, to gather people and talk and bring them into the church. And so I'm glad I had to go through that level. I didn't understand it at the time, didn't like it, because I just wanted to get to the top. I just wanted to get to the top of being a prophet, because that's who God has called me to the nation. But God was saying there's levels to me, and I need you to learn each level, because as bigger as you go, the harder that it's going to get, and I need you to be able to survive. You know,
levels. It's levels to this thing. Even though God may show you as an apostle, that doesn't mean that you go out and just say, "Oh, I'm an apostle." No, you start from the teacher.
And you don't try to make it happen either. Oh my God,
it's gonna happen. The teacher, pastor, evangelist, prophet, apostle. You go through levels. For instance, remember the game called Super Mario Brothers? Yes, I love it. Right? And you had those different worlds, and you got to start from level 1.
Every new world, right back in the beginning.
Hey, Prophet Wings. Prophet Wings. Yeah, you got to start from level 1, right? In Super Mario. So now, once you get the little book, the little instruction book, you can figure out ways how to skip over different stages so you can get to stage 12 to fight the dragon. But if you never played the game before and you only got a certain level from a certain stage, so say you skip stage, you start from stage 1, but then you go into world number 3. You go 1 through 12, but you skip world number 2 and go to world number 3. In world number 3, you're gonna be fighting some demons. There's some things that's gonna be taking place in world number 3 that you didn't even prepare for. If you would have went through world number 2, you would have known about it. It would have prepared you to be ready for world number 3. And this is what happened today. People are just not even identifying their purpose. They just jumping in like, oh, this is what I want to do because it's making good money. Because you're chasing money and not purpose. Chase purpose and not money. That's the thing. You got your spiritual gift. When God give you that spiritual gift, let it be cultivated. Let it be activated. Let it be stirred. He says, stir up the gifts. It got to be stirred. You got to read. You got to study. You got to get into the presence of God. You got to pray, witness, presentation, praise. All of that stuff goes in it. And if you're not doing it, how are you building up yourself? You have to build yourself up. Build yourself up.
I want to talk about even my process. I have 2 people on this live right now that was mentors.
Oh,
they play a huge part.
Speaking in our lives.
Yeah.
In my life,
and
too.
Their life, too.
What?
There's 2 people on here,
Prophet Terry Ring.
And Dr. Treasury Busky.
Yeah.
These were 2 people that if we can really be honest, our leaders didn't have the piece that we needed.
Yeah.
But the piece that we needed was locked up in Prophet Wing and Dr. Treasury
Busky. Oh my gosh.
So this is how much God loves us so much. And this is how much God loves you so much. That he'll make sure you don't miss a level. Come on. He'll make sure you don't miss what you need in regards to where he's going to take you. My apostle at the time, she had everything that I needed at the time. But my next level wasn't locked up in her. It was locked up in Dr. Treasury Busky. It was locked up in my mentor, Prophet Terry Wing. And so every time they came to town, they was laying hands on us, and they was laying us out, and they was prophesying what God was saying, and they was teaching us, and they was training us. And they was doing it to both of us. We was in the same position, learning who we were for at least 9 years.
Let's go back. Let's back it up a little bit, because before we started with that, we were in search, because we knew there was more.
See, you're right. We wanted more, and we was like, man.
We knew it was more, because it was just, our dreams was just advancing, and the spiritual experiences, things were just happening. And we knew, like, okay, God, something is going on. Like, even though we were going to our leaders, but it was still like, we're still missing something. Hold on, I just can't. Apostle Jean.
Yes.
When I say that man there spoke into my life, her life, so many times, it shifted things in my life, you know what I'm saying? Things that I had silently prayed in my heart that I didn't even share with her, you know, but I was looking for an answer from God. And when he tapped into that thing, not once, not twice, not 3 times, because he tapped into it. And I was like, oh my gosh. Now, let me tell you this. I did want to go and join his ministry.
Now, this is important. Y'all got to hear this, because I need you to understand. When your purpose is approaching, I need to hear what she's about to say. When your purpose is approaching, and you can feel a burning sensation that you want more, you're gonna see other people that your spirit is gonna leap out at, and you're gonna want to be a part of their ministry. Yeah. But what you need to do?
Oh God. When I tell you, right, Pastor Jean, Divine Hope Restoration Center. When I tell you, and his wife, I give honor to them in their respective places. If they're on this live, I give honor to them. When I tell you, that was my spiritual big brother, big sister, right? I had to obey God. As bad as I wanted to go, I'm telling you.
She wanted to leave her ministry.
I was ready to jag.
Yes.
But as bad as I wanted to go, God told me no. Because the purpose, their assignment was to pull me out of where I was spiritually. I did not know. But what they did in the spirit realm, it unlocked some things in me. And I moved forward to where God told me to go. And I went on to my next ministry. And I obeyed God. And I sat there quietly and silently, because I was so ready to join the evangelism team. God said, nope, sit here and don't say nothing. And I sat for a whole year until God said, go join the youth ministry. I'm like, what? The youth ministry? I want to evangelize. I want to get out there on the street. He said, no, the youth ministry. And I went and joined the youth ministry. When the Holy Ghost spoke, and that's what I did, because it was a process and it was a timing. And I thank God for the other leaders that was there. But we were ready to go, but we had to wait. There were several churches I wanted to go to, but I had to obey God. How can you go from a church where you're active, you over the other ministries, you're operating 2 different ministries there, you know, you're important there, you know, you're helping build the ministry, to go to a place and just sit there and not do nothing at all. Some people would be like, wait a minute, God ain't called me to this. No, but I knew what God called me to, and that's what I did. And that's why I am where I am today, because I will not compromise the word of God. I will not compromise for no amount of money, because I know who I am. I know whose I am. I know why I'm doing what I'm doing, because it is a mission and an assignment that God has given me. And that assignment is to help individuals discover their purpose, right? Activate it and make a profit, but to execute it and get things done so you can live a life of abundance. And you can walk confidently and successfully in your God-given purpose without any delays or setbacks.
I love that. And I want to encourage those who are watching right now. It is so important that you understand that you need not to be church hopping because the next preacher fed you something good. I mean, if you're in a ministry that you know God has planted you, I don't care what evangelists come in town. I don't care where all your friends is going and it look like they growing. Listen, I wanted her to come to Soul Harvest so bad.
Girl, I wanted to come too.
I wanted her to leave her church. Girl, they ain't doing
Oh, that's
nothing with
another
you.
talk.
Girl, they ain't doing nothing with you over at your church. Girl, come over here. We'll put you to work. Samantha will cultivate your gift. I want her to leave. And although she wanted to come, she didn't leave because God did not tell her to. Although the meat that she was getting from her church was good, and the meat she was getting from Samantha was also good, she was getting it from both places. She stayed humble and she stayed planted where God told her to be, because it was not meant for her to be at Soul Harvest, although I wanted her to be there.
You know what? My Naomi, I had my Ruth and Naomi. Mm-hmm. My Naomi was there, you know, at my old church. And I could not, because I knew, here it goes again, like you said, a coach, a mentor. My spiritual mom, she was my Naomi. So what she had in her, I had to receive. And I knew I couldn't leave, but as bad as I wanted to, but I knew that I still needed development. And I thank God for her. I think everybody need a Miss Yvonne. A Miss Yvonne, baby. Let me tell you. You know Miss Yvonne. You had your experience.
I love me
some. That's my spiritual mom, right? And she helped birth me out. She gave me a foundation that, let me tell you, I'm so thankful that I have it. Very thankful that I have it. And so because of her, I'm thankful for her. Mm-hmm. So you need that coach, that mentor, that spiritual mother to help you. And I stayed there. Even though I wanted to go to Soul Harvest, I had to stay where I was because God took me in a whole different direction. Being friends, right? What if I would have came to Soul Harvest? We been friends and I want to go to the nations. I want to go to the nations too. Well, God ain't using her. Oh, can I preach? You know, it probably would have been a competition thing because we were steady trying to discover who God called us to be.
Hello, Prophetess Cassandra Davis. Thank you so much for joining us. God bless you. Tanisha said, and we also cannot be moved by emotions, and that is so important. People of God, male and women that's on here, listen. When God knows the plans He has prepared for you. Okay, they're good, not bad, to give you a future and a hope. You got to just trust the process. God knows how to deal with your leader, and God knows if your leader don't obey, how to deal with you and tell you it's time to exit left. But we got to be sensitive and make sure that we're hearing God, because if she would have moved before time, if I would have moved before time, I don't think my ministry or our ministries would even be what it is today. We would be like so much what we see right now, people that just got passed by ministries. They here tomorrow and they gone tomorrow. I don't want to drive by ministry where I'm here today and tomorrow I'm not there no more. You know, and right now you just watch, just stay tuned. You're gonna see some people like where they went because they didn't do their levels. The guy said about the Super Mario thing. Levels are so important. And even when you're on a level that you're ready to get off, come on now. Many times we're on a level where we're ready to get off. In other words, we're in the valley. I'm tired of being in this valley. I'm tired of going through what I'm going through. But there's a reason why you're still there. Because you ain't learned what you need to learn. You haven't identified the cycle that you're in. Come on, there's reasons why we're still on these same levels. There's reasons why your leader haven't moved yet and told you now, come on and let me ordain. There's reasons to everything. You need to just stay in the face of God and continue to say, Lord, I know. God knows how to deal with your leader. Trust me. God knows how. But again, you got to know that you're planted in the right soil. I knew when I was planted in the right soil. She knew she was planted, and neither one of us moved until it was our time. I'm going to even add this because y'all know I'm a transparent person. When it was time for me to move, my former leader did not like it. You know, she did not like it for whatever her reasons were. And I can't say because I'm not her, you know, and I don't even want to know what her reasons were. She had her reasons. She didn't like it, but I knew it was time. So much, and the reason why
no leader likes when their sheep leave or their children, you know, because they take on that motherly, fatherly role.
They take off the shepherd hat and put on a mama, daddy hat.
Yeah, I didn't even the church that I was going to that, you know, that I wanted to be at, you know, that I feel that they have pulled me out spiritually. I mean, I figured that they probably did not want me to leave, that they wanted me to be there with them, and I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like a child. You're your own children. When they leave in the house, you don't want them to go.
And I think that's what a lot of leaders make mistakes with their sheep, is because I believe God, deal with the leaders to say it's time for you to release them. They don't want to release them because they have the shepherd hat on. They have the mother or daddy hat on instead of the shepherd hat. And so when God is saying leave, This is why we have a falling out. Most times, with a lot of people in the church, when we leave, we don't leave the way we did in old school, where we had a letter written.
Oh yeah, I did.
Take this letter. You did. Take a letter to your new pastor from your old pastor. They have a phone call about you. They endorse your skills and things. That don't happen anymore. People just get one rebuke from a leader and they gone. They just quit the church. You ain't for me. And that's not, the way it's supposed to be. I had a meeting with my former leader to share with her what the Lord said about my time. And although she received it verbally, in her heart, I know she wasn't ready to let me go. But I did the right thing. I had a one-on-one meeting with her to make sure that she know. And here's the beautiful thing about it. God was sending prophets for 2 years to say, you ain't going to be here too long.
Right.
Or when your husband come, you're going to leave. So God was already dealing with her publicly about my exit before the time ever came. God blessings. Blessings, Apostle Mathis. God bless you, Ambassador. Amen. Yes, no more firecracker ministries. Come on, no more firecracker ministries. We got too many firecracker ministries. They just quick and boom, it's over. Come on.
Right, because it's not God's calling. You got to start judging things on the altar of God. That stuff that is not ordained by God is gonna blow up. It's no good. It's gonna burn up. God things don't burn up.
Come on.
So it's going to burn up. And this is why he tried to develop his people. God knows the plans that he thinks towards your life. He knows where he called you to be. But the thing of it is just that the enemy, who are you listening to? Are you listening to the Spirit of God? And if you're listening to your emotions or how you feel or what's going on around you, no. You better go back and rejudge that and rethink about that, because it just may not be time. Don't push it. Don't force it, because God is a flow. He flows with what he do. And when you are in alignment, it aligns. It's not a force. But what I wanted to say was that God wants to develop his people. He wants to develop his people. And when we want to bypass the development, that's when we start to mess up. There's a process. Are we willing to be, and this is what he gave me, are we willing to be processed for a purpose to pursue destiny? You got to be processed. It's for a purpose so you can pursue your destiny. That's it. But we skip the process, go straight to purpose, and skip to pursue, and we just go straight to destiny. We just try to get there. Any means necessary, we try to get there. No, it's process. Process. Go through the process.
That's right.
Have you gone through the fire? Have you been through the fire? Because there's so much of spiritual warfare out there. We think, okay, oh man, God. Okay. It's so much, right? Because even though in ministry, there's a warfare that goes along with it. Right? So you have a lot of firecracker, fly-by-night ministries, but then you laying hands on people and you're not delivered.
Come on, okay, don't.
You're not in your purpose.
Over our time, you don't want to take it there.
You're not in your purpose. You're not in your call. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So guess what? You are really messing up.
I want to give this illustration. I can't take no credit for it, and I hope I can do it justice. But she talked about tagging people. When you're out there, when you want to skip the process and jump right to purpose, come on, we have a lot of people right now. You don't want to go through the process. You don't want to sit and serve. Come on, you don't want to stay in your ministry because your pastor, accountability, your pastor give you one rebuke. You want to take it and leave and go to another church, and you need to sit and go through the process before you jump into purpose. But we have people that don't want to do that. And when you don't allow the purpose, the process, which is the fire, which is the trials, the tribulations, the hurt, the disappointment. If you got to learn how to handle those things. And if you don't handle those things well and your flesh always is the end results, you need to go back to the process to start over. The problem that I have with that is we have people skipping the process. So what they'll wind up doing is they're tagging people with their mess. You're tagging somebody with your anger spirit. You're tagging somebody with your fornication. You're tagging somebody with your lust because you skip the process. You're tagging people with your flesh. And the best example, and this example is going to be so gruesome, but But I think this would really help women understand it. Like I said, I can't take credit for it, but it was just such a revelation when the woman of God said it. She said, you ever been a woman that's on her menstrual cycle? Come on. There's a woman, when we're on our menstrual cycle, we're supposed to hide ourselves, keep ourselves covered. And back in the Bible days, they stayed away. They couldn't be in contact and around the people because they was considered unclean. When you skip the process and you start operating in purpose, you are just like a woman on her menstrual cycle who left the house without her cover, who left the house without the things that she needs to make sure she don't bleed out on herself and bleed out on everybody else. Come on, we got too many people walking around with their cycle and they're not covered up, so they're bleeding out with their flesh, they're bleeding out with their lust, they're bleeding out with their anger, they're bleeding out with their gambling, their lying tongue, their lying spirit. Come on, and they're tagging people with all they nasty uncleanness stuff because they don't want to go through the process. My God, the thing just blew my mind when she gave me that illustration, and I'm like, it's so true. It's what's happening right now. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? You got to get yourself clean. The process is there to cleanse you, my God, to make you holy and righteous, so that when you operate in purpose, you ain't tagging people with your nasty self. You're actually tagging them with righteousness. You're tagging them with obedience. You're stirring up the gift. Come on, you're activating the purpose. My God, we need to go back to the process, and that means sit down and let the Lord teach you how to serve. Jesus Christ said it the best. He said, I didn't come to be served. I came to serve. Come on. You got to get back to servitude. Come on. You got to get back to going back to the back in the day. They said, you need to go be an usher. It was a reason why they always told us to go be an usher. Wash the feet. They teaching you how to get into the trenches, how to start from the bottom and work your way up to the top. So when you get to the top, when you become the apostle, my God, you can flow in every office of the fivefold because you serve in every position in the church. That's all I'm trying to say. I can't. I'm done. I can name some people right now that's on social media that I follow, and I'm like, she out of order. She ain't ready. And I ain't saying I got it all together, but I got coaches in my life. I got accountability friends that's going to check me and tell me when I'm straight up wrong. Okay? So what I'm saying is we got to get it together. We got to get it together. Oh my God. I know we got to get out of here. We've been here. Our time is like, oh my God. I hope you all was enjoying this. Please hit that share button. And I want you all to definitely, for those that are following my page, that are my friends, I want you all to like my friend. This is my sister, my ace boom boom. I endorsed her all this live, and even at the conference. I believe as women we should be able to support each other. Definitely, if I call you friend, endorse each other and not feel like it's a competition. No, she has something that I need. I call her all the time and say, what do you think? Or she'll give me free information. I say free information on what all the stuff that she's such a good friend that she took a class one time that she paid for. And because she didn't want me to miss out, she was giving me all the information behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? We need more of that, you know, with one another.
And I remember that. And because we, you know, and I'm going to say this because even still in the beginning, you know, as we venture off, we went our separate ways as friends, you know, because God called you to ministry. You went forth. I was doing my thing over here. And it seems like, okay, well, they're separated. No. God was doing a work in her as well as he was doing a work in me. But guess what? He was still working the same thing at the same time. The same thing at the same time.
And you know what? Doing certain things, I didn't get jealous or envious.
Oh, never.
Doing things she didn't know what was actually happening. It was provoking us to good work. The Bible says provoke one another to good work. Even her, not just her, but other people I grew up in ministry. What we did when I saw my friend excelling, it provoked me to say, Schkena, you slacking girl, you're lazy, you don't want to be left behind. So I didn't go into competition mode. I went in keep up mode. Come on, you got to understand the difference. I don't want to compete with her.
Shopping iron.
Come on, I want to keep up with her because I don't want to be in competition, but I want to keep up because I don't want to be left behind. I want to get all that I'm supposed to get too, like she's getting all what she's supposed to.
And that goes right back to the question that they asked earlier. I want to go where I want to be where I see my coaches. Yeah. That's what I want to do. And that's where I want to be. So then guess what? Not saying that I was her coach, but I was her inspiration. Yes. And then at times she was my inspiration because she was out so fast talking about she's
what I said?
Hey, she'll step out so fast and talking about I got faith. Yep. And she step out, I'm like, hold up, She's like, I'm gone. Yep. I'm like, girl, but that's what I learned. Okay, well, if she's stepping out, okay, I gotta have a little bit more faith. Let me just go ahead and do it and just step out. And it's so important that we operate in faith. Thank you, God. He keep reminding me of this. What the Spirit of God is telling me right now is that when Jesus came, he came to do a work. You know, it wasn't a job, you know, that he went to a 9 to 5. He came to do a work. He said, I do the work of him that sent me. Yes. So he came to do a work. What is your work that God is telling you to do? What is your work? Because once he did his work within those 3 years, when he got on the cross, he said, it is finished. His work was done. So can we stand before God and say, everything that you put in me is done? I did it. Or you're going to go to your grave with everything that he put in you that you were supposed to use to give it to somebody else to upbuild his kingdom. Yeah. And what you're going to say, oh, well, God, the person you gave me or my friend or I was the... No. What he says is that you have to do it and get it done. You have a certain amount of time to get your purpose did so that it can equals out to your life. There is a book of life that is in heaven. With everybody got their own book with your name on it. You know, John Gray did the book of John Gray, right? And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, God, why did they do my book with my name on it? Right? But I'm telling you is that everybody got a book. What's your life story? We're going to stand before God and be judged. But we need to be judged according. We're going to be judged accordingly to your work. So what was your work that God called you to do? And did you do it? Where that you can say it is finished. That's your purpose and that's your mission, to get the work that the Father has sent for you to do. Get it done. In a certain amount of time, you got to get it done.
We just, you know.
Oh gosh. Oh.
I mean, I just want to thank you again for sharing your platform with me. You know, I think I'm very honored because, like I said, I saw this woman of God flow in a way that I haven't seen ever. And it lets me know she invested in herself. So I'm just so proud of you. And I want you all to make sure when she put the flyer up for the very next Discover Your Purpose, Activate Your Gifts, and Make a Profit, that you all are there. Listen, the information, listen, y'all going to see some stuff I'm going to be doing between this year and the beginning of next year, because I took the tools that she gave me. She gave out some really good tools. And it was powerful. I was writing my stuff in my book. You know, this is one of the books that we use, a very powerful book, and it had everything in there that we was going to need to go over during the presentation. And I had my book and I was writing my own stuff, although I was a speaker, because the information was so potent. And so I want you all to pay attention and follow her page. And listen, when that next event come up, listen, you need to make sure that you are there. Also, I have a boot camp. Y'all know my boot camp. I'm calling them mini boot camps now because I'm not doing the whole 18-hour thing anymore, unless the Lord allows it. But we will be doing about 6 hours. I will be in Snedville, Georgia, October 26th. October 26th. Listen, these boot camps, I promise you, if you go to my page, go to my personal page, you will see testimonies upon testimonies. All the women are saying the same thing. The first thing they say is, I've never experienced something like this before. Or they'll say something like, my life is forever changed. Catch a plane, catch a train, ride a bike. I don't care how you do it. You need to make it to these boot camps. If you want to see a change in your life and step into your new year and on fire for God, you need to be in my boot camp. It's only $25. We pay more than that just for your nails to get done. Come on now. Right. Invest in yourself. Invest in something that's going to help make you a better person and get out of being a bitter person. So please follow me. My website is ShkenaBruton.com for more information. You can also follow my new boutique that I have coming out this year sometime. It's called Schkena's Closet. Dare to wear something out of my closet. So I want you all to be following that page as well. And I also have a finance company called SNS Financial Group. I do payroll, bookkeeping, accounting, HR management. Can you say boss? Yes. But I invested in it. I waited for my time. I did the work of being in the process. And now I'm reaping the benefit of all the hard work. Come on.
Yeah.
And we want to help you.
You're making a profit
the same way and make a profit out for your purpose.
Out for your purpose. And that's something that you got to get sold on. You really, really have to get sold on it. That's your basic foundation. Once you can identify who you are, then you can know where you're going. If you don't know who you are, you're going to fall for anything. So I encourage you on tonight that you begin to tap into who you are. If those questions like those things that you don't like, that you may hate, that moves you, that you want to help somebody, sometimes those are linked to your purpose. Okay. And don't neglect it. Just begin to start to tap into that. We work on a job 8 hours a day, sometimes 16 hours a day. But what is the benefit? We're working to make the money to go buy material things that has no value, that's gonna rot. You know what I'm saying? So then you really, really, really want to begin to invest in your spirit, invest in what God has given you. Because when you do that, so many people are spiritually weak. I see people go into the gym and they work out, and I'm like, God, they buff in the natural, but what about the spirit? Can they pray? Can they war? Can they stand? Can they fast? Can they wait? Can they pray? Do they have long suffering? What are those things that they have, in the spirit? And so we really want you guys to begin to tap into that, because it's very important. It's a necessity, because 2020 is the year, I call it a year of deception. Keep your eyes open, stay woke. That's the part when you say really stay woke, because it's going to be a lot going on in that year. So keep your eyes open. So thank you guys so much for joining us. If you want us to come to your city with this seminar, I mean, we went through a whole lot of stuff during those 3 hours. I think they were overfilled with information. It was awesome, right? It was really good. So if y'all want us to come to your city, then hit us up on the inbox and we'll see what we can do. We look forward to coming, and representing and helping you guys tap into your God-given gift, spiritual or natural, so you can make a profit.
I want Schkena, also known as your Activator. Make sure y'all follow me. Everything Schkena brings in.
Yes, and I am Telecia Dawson.
No, we need to get you another signature move.
Let's look this ass like a puppy. Yeah, so I am Telecia Dawson, transforming minds, shifting lives into purposeful living. So you can find me at TeleciaDawson.com, or on my Facebook, Telecia Dawson, or my Instagram, Telecia Dawson. All right, so your purpose, mission, and execution coach.
Thank you, Prophet David. Love you guys.
Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Go ahead and share. And we look forward to meeting and chatting with you guys again. If you have any questions, just inbox us and we'll discuss that too. But there's more to come between me and Prophet Schkena, the Activator. Because, it's God ordained.
Absolutely. This is all her.
I know. Y'all know me, right? My friends, y'all know me. Hey, Miss Linda. Y'all know how I am. That's just me. But thank you so much. Y'all have a good night.